Hello, lovely infinite beings. Have you ever wondered why does everything feel the same? Why does every day feel the same? Why does every day provide me with the same experiences that lead to the same emotions, to the same thoughts and same actions, so on and so forth? Because I've wondered this for so long, for years on end. Because most of my life I have felt as if I'm stuck, with every new phase in my life. I go into a new phase in my life and I was expecting something out of it, something different, at least not something great or grandiose, but I was expecting something different out of that experience, and it ends up being the same, lackluster experience. I never really found myself, basking in eagerness and motivation and zealous and love to life and grace and gratitude to life. And I often asked myself, why does everything feel the same? Why does it all feel the same? I was living in that state of indifference. It does not matter. I go for this, yeah, I would go for this. You don't want to go for this, I won't go for that. This and that, and a mix of mixed experiences that really meant nothing, that all felt meaningless and purposeless and senseless even. And the simple answer to this wonder, to this contemplation, or to this simple question is because you let it be. Or even better, you ask it to be. You ask this out of life. Because I want you to think about this for a second. You wake up every day to go like, another day. Another similar day, another one of those days. That's the first thing. If that's the first thing in the morning, if you wake up every day and going like, even if you don't utter it out loud, even if you just feel it, even if it's just something, that crosses your mind, it's coming from a real place, it's coming from the realest parts of you, it's coming from your depth, and you go like, another one of those days, and you go, hey, I don't wanna, and you feel like, oh, why do I have to experience this every day? Why do I have? It's the predictability, but it's the predictability that you're causing. Why does every day give you the same experiences, the same emotions? It's because it's predictable. Why do you feel so indifferent towards your days, towards your time? It's because the predictability. You wake up, you know everything, you know what to expect, you know what's gonna happen, you know what you're gonna feel, even what you're gonna think, and what you're gonna do, and what experiences you're gonna face, even if that's not the truth. Even if something happens, out of the blue, and it, breaks this pattern, and it surprises you, it takes you by surprise. But before that, what were you doing? You were expecting the same exact things out of your day. And it's the predictability that you are predicting that's causing the predictability to manifest externally, that's causing the predictability to actually happen in your reality. And so when you know exactly what you're gonna do and think and feel, you're gonna be faced with another you feel it just in your depth that I'm gonna have one of those experiences that's gonna make me feel in such a way, like I'm a helpless puppet in my reality, without any sense of belief or trust that you are the creator of your reality. And when that's the case, how do you expect anything to change when you don't? When nothing about you is changing? When you wake up every day believing with your emotions, because you're feeling it's like another one of those days. So that means that you believe it's just gonna be another one of those days. Why would you expect anything else to happen throughout this day? And unfortunately, if nothing changes, or even fortunately, that wasn't really what I'm gonna say, but what I was gonna say, but if nothing changes, nothing changes. I'm sure you've heard this many times before. If nothing changes, nothing changes. And unfortunately, many people go on living entire lifetimes without causing this change, feeling this exact same way, it's another one of those days. Why do I have to go through this every day? Why is this my reality? Why does it feel this way? Why am I indifferent to anything? And they go on automatic, on autopilot, doing everything, feeling very indifferent towards everything, never experiencing the glory of the zealous and eagerness and love and excitement to life, the fascination by life, because they let everything to be the same, because they ask for everything to be the same by how they are inwards, by how their inner worlds are. They ask for life to be that way, and they never get to experience that exciting reality or a purposeful life or a meaningful life. They never let themselves find their purpose, and they never open themselves up for their purpose to have space to enter to them, to come to them intuitively. So if nothing changes, nothing changes. So what can you do about it? Because there is something that you can do. Once you realize that you are creating this reality for yourself, you can simply wake up one day and go like, oh, today is gonna be different. Today is a good day. Today is a different day. Sit yourself through things that are unusual to you, because the matter of fact is, as long as you keep yourself wrapped within this little bubble, this familiar bubble of yours, nothing's gonna change. When you don't wanna, it's like you are limiting yourself. Just think about it very logically. You are limiting yourself by, I don't want to experience this kind of emotion. You're not allowing yourself to feel the full range of emotions, the full spectrum of emotions. So reality knows, you're vibrating on the fact that I know that I'm bound by these set of emotions. Anything that's gonna provide me with a different emotion, I don't want to experience that. Plain and simple. You're binding yourself, you're limiting yourself by the emotions you're willing to feel, by the thoughts you're willing to think. No, I don't want to think negatively. No, don't let me go into those kind of thoughts. By the type of actions, by the kind of actions you want to take. I'll never feel like doing this. I don't want to get out of my comfort zone. Why would I just, take that step into that unfamiliar zone? Why would I venture into the unknown, with my own will and thought? When I can just sit right here comfortably, not having to struggle, not bearing the risks of what I might face. And as long as that's how you're gonna be functioning, that's how your whole reality is gonna just be that little bubble of yours. It's gonna be internally and externally the same, and you're gonna live up throughout your entire life, throughout this predictability, which makes you almost feel dead, to say the least. Because life has so much more to offer. So when you wake up and you go like, today I'm gonna sit for an hour of meditation, regardless of what, let's say 30 minutes. Today I'm gonna set myself down for 30 minutes of meditation. You never know what's gonna happen. And even if you don't believe in the spiritual aspect of meditation, you have the psychological, you have the logical, and you have nothing to lose. What's the worst that could happen? Something else is gonna happen. Something is gonna change. If you change one of your patterns, the matter of fact, you have to change one thing. I'm not gonna even say all of those things, but you're gonna have to change at least the way you feel, the way you think, or the way you act, in order for anything to change externally. If nothing about those three aspects of you change, nothing's gonna change externally. And then, and I'm saying just one because one leads to the other. Eventually they're gonna be aligned. But now you are aligned towards predictability. You are aligned, when you're waking up feeling this way, thinking that way, acting as if everything's gonna be the same, you're in full alignment, you're in complete alignment towards your day being just a repetition of your past, of every day. But when you take one of those out of the equations, when you say, I'm not gonna feel this way today, so I'm gonna sit in meditation, let's see what's this about. wake up and meditate. Or today I'm gonna take a cold shower, let's see what's that about. Or today I'm gonna have a healthy breakfast, today I'm gonna eat healthy. Change some of the little details in order for it to send a ripple in reality for other things to change in your life. But if you are the exact same person every day, why would your external reality change in any manner? If you feel, react, think, believe the same things all over and again, nothing is gonna change externally. And think about this for a second. Even, if it's just a walk out in nature, or taking a walk, deciding that today I'm gonna take a walk in a different part of the city where I'm unfamiliar with, something different. Just introduce something different in your routine. Don't let it always be the same, and fall back on your coping mechanisms when you feel the most bored and the most redundant and the most lackluster. Don't let it just be about this. Go take a walk in a new place, because, and that's good in two different ways, or mainly it's the same thing. But what happens, you might meet someone new, someone might come up to you and talk about something that you find interesting. Something might happen in front of you that incites some kind of revelation within you, that gives you some new thoughts, some new patterns. It just opens you up to new possibilities. But more so than anything is that you resonate with this. You vibrate on new possibilities. Now you're vibrating on the fact of what's happening. If you're putting yourself in the unfamiliar, if you're getting yourself out of your little bubble, if you're opening yourself to new things happening in your day. Because when you go into something that's unknown, you never know how it's going to come out. Even if it's just a simple walk, even if it's reading a book, picking up that book, even if it's just eating healthy, even if it's just meditating in your own room, in your own bed. Going into different states, creating new neural pathways, This makes you vibrate on the fact that you're open to opportunities, that you're open to possibilities. And more than it simply being that someone might come up to you, or you might see something that makes you think new thoughts, you are vibrating on that, which means that the universe, the entire energies in existence are going to conspire in your favor to bring new possibilities to you, to open new pathways for you. But you simply have to change one thing. Whether it's how you feel, whether it's what you think, whether it's how you act. Rather than waking up when you're 50 or 60 or 70 and realizing that that's what you should have done a long time ago, and continuing to live in that regretful life, continuing to live in despite towards life, towards your past, towards your life, towards everyone. Because many people, unfortunately, do spend their entire lifetimes within the exact same patterns. They are very scared to get out of their familiar. It happens on a much more deeper level than you can imagine. But it's very much in control of every aspect of them. When you think about yourself, think, what don't you allow yourself to feel? What are you just very scared of feeling? And make yourself feel it. Let yourself think all of those scary thoughts and feel the emotions they're gonna give you. And you're gonna see that the fact is it's gonna get released. It's not that it's gonna come and you're gonna feel it and think it and then it's gonna live within you, but it's gonna get released. And what you're gonna even witness more is that things start changing in your external reality. It manifests, you imprint whomever you are. Your external reality is simply a reflection of your internal reality. And you're gonna see that very clearly, I've observed that very closely, for years upon years upon years in my life and the life of others around me. And I know it very well. Sometimes it's not easy. And I know you might feel very confused, very untrusting and distrusting and hopeless and fearful and stressed and anxious about the future, about your life, about what turn it's gonna take next. But you have nothing to lose, otherwise you're gonna keep recreating the same exact life. Yes, through different experience, but ultimately providing you with the same emotions, the same thoughts, the same sadness. So it's okay to feel everything. It's okay to take that risk. Put yourself in a risky situation. It does not have to be an action. It does not have to be monetary risk or financial or time risk or emotional risk. Just put yourself, because to your body, to your mind, to your subconscious, whatever is not familiar is risky. So that's the type of risk I mean. Take that kind of risk. You have nothing to lose. What's the worst that could happen is that something changes about your life, and that's not bad. That's what you're seeking. And although many people seek it, even those who end up, never finding their purpose, never finding a meaningful life, never living a life of excitement, never really falling in love with life, with themselves, they might have been seeking it out as well, but simply they're being caught up in life's everything in life, them being caught up with life and in the routine, and they having to provide, and their survival and their next step, and what's this and what's that. Them being caught up in this just had more momentum than their seeking of meaning and purpose, and that's why it never manifested in their reality, although it might have been on their mind for so long, for their whole life. My mom is one. She kept seeking something out, but she never had it because she never resonated with it. She never chose to vibrate on that frequency. She was very caught up in what she had to struggle with, in what she had to deal with, in what she had to do for a living, in her education, in her reputation, in her success, in her image, in her societal image, in her continuous desperation for something to happen miraculously, that she forgot that she is the miracle, that you are the miracle, and everything happens from within here. But your momentum towards that happening must be greater than your momentum towards the predictability in your life. And that's simply it. Thank you so much for tuning into another video by AF's Conscious Frequency. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel, because it helps me so much, and it helps this video find its way to many more others who might actually need it.